And we're back, people. We are back. I don't think I have to do much talking on this one. I'm just going to introduce the guests. First of all, it's my man, United Central, Saeed. He's in the house tonight, people. Next up, I've got my guy, Bits and Bobs. I had to get Bobs on. It's been so hard the last couple of weeks, but you know what? Bring Bobs in just when we need. Oh, we've had a good result, and today it was good. So there he is. He's in there too. And next to I've also got my man Keno. It was a Bruno penalty. There's only one man to bring on when there's a Bruno penalty in town, and that's Mr. Keane from the Weekly Armchair Podcast.
Get in there.
Guys, the scoreline says it all below. We can all see. We all watched it. And I questioned at the start of the game, look, we're as low as we can be in terms of performances after this week. Surely it can only get better. And tonight, it just got better. Saeed, mate, I mean, I didn't expect it. None of us did. We were all thinking possibly a 0-0 at best, a fourth 0-0 in a row. But the boys stood up and were counted today. We showed a bit of character.
Massive, mate. Massive. Just want to say on Manchester's red, man. They got all that nonsense about Manchester's blue, mate. Manchester is red, man. Listen, I couldn't see. I put a 0-0. Adam, I think I said to you on the preview. Yeah, man. Come on, man. Energy, man. Listen, beautiful day, man. I know we're not going to be champions and all that, yeah, but we need a bit of confidence right now, man. Everyone needs a bit of lifting. You know what I mean? We're in lockdown. We can't go to the game. You know what I mean? We just need a bit of spirit, man. And today, man, tonight was one of them games where you're thinking, what could have been, man? What could have been? But you know what? We won the game. Manchester's red, and it's a beautiful, beautiful day, man. Listen, I'm going to go to work tomorrow, mate. I remember on Friday, mate, I'll tell you the story again, man. I was surrounded by 4 City fans. They were like, oh, we'll take it easy on this. We'll take it easy on this. Listen, mate. Hold the L, mate. Hold that L tonight. Hold it.
I mean, Bob's, mate, I'll bring AK's comment on here as well. I mean, within the space of 3 hours, Liverpool lost, United won, City lost to us. Mate, weekends, there's a Heineken weekend. Sorry, it's a Carlsberg weekend. I nearly got the wrong beer then, wasn't it? It was a Carlsberg weekend, wasn't it really, mate, there? And today, I think, was just important for all United fans' morale. And to be honest, mate, the players' morale, I think, going forward.
Yeah, mate, listen, I just want to say something, you know what I mean? Like, what colour is Manchester, gentlemen?
Oh, it's red.
Listen,
get that red out, Keane.
Do you know the funny thing is, yeah, on the preview I done at TFT, right, I actually called and I've tweeted it about how we're going to beat them, and we have to be realistic. Exactly what they've done is what I said, yeah. So, Ollie, you're welcome. Listen, gentlemen, all I'm going to say is this, yeah. We have won the battle, which is today, okay? We have won the battle. We have just, reminded a few people around us, just be like, oi, try it, back us in a corner, see what happens to you. And listen, do you know what? We can sit here and talk about the negatives. We watched the game. We saw it. We've got 2 midfielders that can't pass forward, can't retain possession. But do you know what clicked today? It's just that we had a striker in Martial, who I did go viral by saying we should sell him. This is the Martial that we want. That's why we're always annoyed, because it's like,
hey, mate, look, it's just you're not alone, mate. Because I get people like this messaging me. Can Adam just admit Martial is good? I said it was his best performance of the season. He's been crap 100%. The rest of it, but today he came out, and that was a standard I've set for Martial. That's the standard that I set last season for him, and today was the first time he got close to it, and he was brilliant today for me.
100%, and that's what I'm saying, right? But the thing is, did you know the difference today, though? We gave him the ball. We actually created, and we actually serviced him. Now, I've been very loud saying, like, if you don't give your striker the ball or you don't create, he ain't going to score. Now, today, what happened was a great advert of how Man United can play. And do you know what? Liverpool lost. We won. We clean sheet, guys. Listen, clean sheet against Pimp and all them idiots. Listen, win the league, do what you want. But listen, today, you will hear every single Man United fan scream like, and Saeed, when you go to work tomorrow, my bro, you walk in, oi, you should even do the crit walk for them Blues over there.
I'm going to do everywhere.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to do everywhere, mate. Listen.
That's it. I mean, also, guys, I mean, people come at me. I said it. What makes a good defence? A solid goalkeeper. Keno, mate. Henderson today, it's not about what saves you make. It's about organising your defence for you not to have much to do. City today had hardly anything. Clear chance, clean cut, mate. We were organised. We were rock solid. Henderson makes other defenders look good, mate.
Henderson was commanding, lads. It was so refreshing to see, wasn't it? Like he had a presence about him, and it was so great to see. He's so vocal. Come out, commands his box, wins every ball that comes in. His distribution was good. And lads, that throw, that was pinpoint accuracy. That was
you know why it was, Keane? It forced Luke Shaw to take it first time and go at them.
Exactly.
And you know what? All this hype about Cancelo, man, the guy was found wanting today, mate, Keane.
Yeah, the fact he's bringing on Kyle Walker for him, Jesus Christ. That's how you know Luke Shaw is in front of him. You know what I mean? But I just want to say, see all you guys who say Bruno Fernandes does not score against these top 6 teams, get in the bin. Get in that bin.
Keane just made a great point there. Just to Quam and just stop it all dead in its tracks. There are no goals from open play against the top 6. Gone. Bruno against the top 6. Gone. Let's just carry on. Let's all enjoy your season. So Arsenal fans and Spurs who are playing now, fighting for top of the bottom half of the table and that title. You go for it. You continue there. I think Leicester fans were all hoping that they were going to stay second today, but that didn't happen. And you know what? We're not getting carried away. I'm just going to enjoy beating Manchester City, stopping them get that record. I'm under no illusion as what this team can do because I've seen it in the last few weeks and it has been absolute pants. But today we stood up, we were counted, and we won and deservedly won, in my opinion, on that one side, mate. I don't think we've been able to say that much this season, mate, especially not since the turn of the new year, mate. When have we ever been able to say, you know what, we deserve that?
You know what? Not long, mate. Not long, man. You know what I mean? It's been emotional, man. You know, I'm watching Man United, that 0-0, boring 0-0 against Crystal Palace. And then it's like, today was a kind of an example of how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, for me, can get it right if he wants to. You know what I mean? Could have got it right, but it's that consistency.
Did Keane get it right, mate? Did Keane get it right there in saying Solskjaer just kept it simple today?
Kept it simple today. You know what I mean? He pressed him when we needed to. But today we just had the end product of what Martial can give you up top. Luke Shaw running at people, going at people. Rashford, you know what I mean? Simple pass now. He didn't try to do the little flicks and tricks. Give it back to Luke Shaw. You know, this is what you want. This is what you want from people. And finally we got it, man. Finally we got it. I just hope that, you know, again, I don't want to talk about what if, but I'm just saying just enjoy this tonight, man. If you're only in, you're only out. Whatever you want, mate. Just enjoy this tonight.
It doesn't matter. Mate, a year ago to the day was Luke Shaw's last goal at Derby. We were their side, mate.
Yeah.
He hit that ball into the ground. It looped over the goalkeeper. Little did we know what was about to happen after that night in terms of the world going into complete meltdown. But you know what? Today I looked at that run from shot. I had to do a double check, mate. I was watching it with Paul. Mad Paul was on with me watching it in the watch along. And even he was like, he's got in. It's Luke Shaw, he scored. That was it. I mean, Bob's, in terms of Gareth Southgate was in the stands there today, Bob's, mate. Yep. I know where your allegiances lie with that border when it comes to international duty, mate. Same with Keane. But in terms of England and number one for that left-back spot, I don't think there is anyone better right now at left-back in this country. In this league, I would say, than Luke Shaw. He is having a season of his life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just for the disclaimer, I mean, on form, he's probably the best left back in the league. Is he the best left back in general? No. But on form now.
On form.
That's it, mate.
Yeah,
form, mate.
You know what? You've got to go with form. And I tell you what, if he continues this and he doesn't get picked by Gareth Southgate, there's going to be a few questions being asked. And for me, look, I'm actually genuinely happy for the guy because we all know the way his career's been, you know, ups and downs, you know, the managers he's had, the mental battles, the physical battles, as in with his weight and stuff. And did you see how he celebrated? It's like he couldn't believe it. It went in.
Exactly, mate.
I thought it was VAR.
Exactly. And for me, man, it was just, you know what? It was just good to win, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? Just to see our team play well to as best as they can be and actually just win. And you know, we set the tempo very early on. Luke Shaw, man, look, as I say, I'm just lost for words because I'm so happy for him on a personal level. Guys, serious question though. I just saw it now. Sky News, they're looking for Kevin De Bruyne. So if you find him, return him back to the Etihad.
Where was he?
Wait, I'll say that. I mean, Keane, I'll come to you on that one, mate. I mean, I'm not going to hide away from the fact that I thought Fred and McTominay were a liability today. But Kevin De Bruyne, people were saying to me, said, what did Bruno do today? I said, well, Bruno scored the winning goal. What did Kevin De Bruyne do today? There, mate, people's look on it. And it's easier not to criticise people when you're on a 21-game winning run. I understand that. When the title's in the bag, these questions don't come up. When you're not Manchester United and you have the big club tag, which we do, no matter what City do, it's hard for people to see past that. But today, he was missing, mate, today. And you could tell in that midfield, him and Gundogan, I think probably had their worst games that I've seen for a long time, Keane.
Yeah, like I think our midfield done fantastically well in nullifying theirs. Like Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, non-existent. Like I know Fred probably is not the most technically gifted player. McTominay is not the most technically gifted player. Bruno even put in a great defensive shift as well today. Like all three of them, you could see how compact they were. They put in a great shift and they didn't give him an ounce of space in midfield. And like we bossed them today. Like we absolutely bossed them in midfield. It looked like men against boys out there. Like we really did boss them out there today. And I think when you look at this from 1 to 11, you could see everyone was in sync today. Everyone was like, you know, on song, all on the same wavelength. And it's so refreshing to see that happen today, considering the last couple of games we're after seeing where look all our performances have looked so disjointed in the last couple of weeks. To see a performance there that everyone's on song, everyone's in sync, communication was there. Like I remember last week, me and Saeed were talking about Harry Maguire on the show, and we were like saying that we were unsure about Harry Maguire. He showed up today. He played fantastic at the back. He was solid. Lindelof today, struggling with a back injury. He played well.
Did you see the way he booted the ball? That's what I want to see. That was like Vida. That was like Vidic, Yap Stam. Just booted it and kicked in. But like, this is
that's what you want to see, man.
Remember that, man. Like,
mate, do you know what? Keane's touched on it there, guys. I'll get your opinions on it. It looks like the players have had a dressing down, or maybe, you know what, that little spat that we all seen with Rashford and Maguire the other day against Palace. It looked like there was a moment this week where them players have gone into training and they've all been locked in a room. And it's just said, right, who's got issues? Who's got problems with who? And you know what? It just looked like that. Because when have we ever come out of a changing room so quickly in the first and second half and killed the game off the way we did? 36 seconds, guys. We'd done more. I say, what was it now? No, I can't remember what minute it was, but we had more shots on target in the first 10 minutes of this game than we did against Crystal Palace in total. Yeah. This is the best team in the country at the moment. One of the best teams in Europe. And you know what? Why don't we have that mentality for every game? It's like when it's a team we know are better than us, our mentality changes. We should have this same mentality. Go, you know what? If we work as hard as every team in this league, we will be in a lot stronger position.
Do you know why? What happened? Do you know why? It's because, and I don't want to bring it down, right? I'm either Ollie or I don't care about that. It's because of the manager. Because the manager breeds the confidence and the mentality. Do you know the notice thing? Like City weren't playing well today, right? Okay, they didn't have a good game. So what? We beat them. Yeah. But the manager was on that touchline instructing. You saw what they were still trying to do. They got in and stuff. And you have to, the City thought, if we get one goal, game on here, and you saw that. And I don't want to be all in, all out, whatever. I'm just saying the manager, it starts from the manager when it comes to football stuff on the pitch. If you look at the manager and he's pumping your chest before you go out on that pitch saying, we're winning, this is what I want you to do and stuff, or none of this, or let them have the ball, press them, blah, blah. If he breeds confidence in you, listen, positivity is contagious.
That's it, mate. It makes it even more bewildering how bad Wednesday was against Crystal Palace, mate, because it was the complete opposite, wasn't it? We didn't get any reaction in either half. And then today, wow, what a 180 that was, Saeed, today in terms of how we came out.
I think, again, what Bits and Bob says there, man, it's all about mentality and, you know, can Ollie look at games and can he get games right? Like against Crystal Palace, it was just one way or nothing. And I thought today, I thought we were better in every department. We were stronger, more physical, more. We were just there at every single opportunity. And I thought that's how you do it. That's how you beat a team. And I think Crystal Palace, it's like we didn't have a plan B, we didn't have a plan A. We just kept the ball, tried to pass it, and almost pass through them. You can't do that every single team. So that's why for me, I'll always say with Ollie, for me, he has to adapt and he has to learn. And he hasn't done that in his 2 years of adapting. These kind of games, mate, he looks unbeatable. And that's why away from home, we've been very, very good in terms of, get in there, counter-attack. And Pep Guardiola, again, couldn't have any answers. Again, Daniel James last year did the same thing. And again, did it against Zinchenko again, mate. Unbelievable, man. I just can't believe it, man.
Why though? Let's answer Adam, can I ask you, Saeed, Keen, why is this the case?
This is it, mate. Man. This is. Do you know what I think it is, Bobs, mate? I think this group of players still doesn't have the belief. I really don't. I don't think they have that belief that they are title contenders. That's what I don't think they've got. When you come up against a team like City and they automatically switch on. Do you know what? I mean, Ollie's been good in this side of it because when we play Liverpool, we're on. City, we're on. Even when Leeds came up, mate, he knew exactly what this meant to the fans. And this is why he's loved by a lot of the fans because we came up against Leeds. All you have to do against Leeds is match their energy and you will beat them because they play too open. And that's what we did. We covered as much ground as they do and they are the hardest working team in the league. But the problem Ollie's got is he doesn't rotate the squad enough to rest these players to play at this level, I don't think, consistently. That was early on in the season. That's the issue he had. But to answer your question, Bobs, I don't think they believe enough yet. I think Ollie just has to keep getting into them. Even if you brought in someone to that coaching staff, a serial winner, a coach of the level United need, just for that extra verbal on the sidelines. Because like you said today, he was hardly sat down today. I did see him sat down a bit, but he was berating with Pep. Yeah, he was berating with Pep. He was there having an argument. He always seems to have that in the big games. It's like, why haven't we got the United mentality of saying, look, this needs to be the energy levels for every single game? Because every single game is a cup final. We just can't seem to be consistent enough because last season it was a poor start, first half of the season. Second half was great. This season's gone and rolled itself around the other way. Can we finish these last 10 games now on a high and go, you know what? That's our best points tally. That's the most goals we've scored. Actually do something to say, look, guys, that's our best points tally in years.
Exactly.
Next season, let's try and beat that. Do you know what I mean? They've got to be able to adapt to this high pressure that United carry with them. They have to start thinking like United players, mate. That's
do you know
as simple as that.
Do you know what they've been quite good as well, just from what you're saying there? Do you know what they've been really, really nice to have saw? Is Donny van de Beek just coming on, just tasting a Manchester derby win. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how he gave those little minutes to Williams, just like, do you know what I mean? Give him, just give him a little taste of a victory. Do you know what I mean? This is what it feels like to be Manchester or something. But it does. I think. Do you know what? Like, not to be negative, because like I'm always the positive one, 100%. I was the one texting Adam saying we're going to win 21 and 21. I think we're all sensible men here, and I think we understand what we've done today. Do you know what I mean? We've just given ourselves a bit of a chance to consolidate top four. And listen, God willing, if they go and lose the next 5 games and we win the next 5 games, who knows? Who knows? I'm just saying, it's just good to be able to be on stream, talk with my guys about a win.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I'll be happy.
That's it.
You know, I mean, be happy.
That's it.
Just means a lot for the players. But Bruno said it well, though. Bruno said it well. I don't see the Bruno quote.
What did he say?
He goes, "It's all well winning now, but we need to win. These games, like the Crystal Palace games and whatnot. These are the games that really matters. But we need to be winning all games. But that's the mentality we need to keep on drilling. we got tough now fixtures coming up. We've got AC Milan, then West Ham. How do we adapt? That's for me. I think that's been the biggest bugbear of Man United. How do they adapt to these kind of games?
Yeah,
this is it. I said it before. Then, Keith, mate, adapting now because the squad now is showing its teeth, mate. It really is. It's the same for everyone, but us. I think more than anyone now. It's like Saeed just said. Then we've got AC Milan, then West Ham, then AC Milan, then Leicester in the FA Cup, mate. This is 3 competitions in the space of 2 weeks here now, and it could put us on that level going into the last 2 months of the season where you're thinking, you know what, I'm actually looking forward to the finish instead of what we were feeling earlier on in this week, mate. He has to get into these players. Look, lads, and Rashford was a bit of a concern in terms of injury. We can't afford any more injuries right now. I know Rashford probably deserved a rest, but not through injury. And the game against AC Milan, like I said then, we have to adapt to a different style again now, mate. And looking ahead, it's not an easy game, but we haven't really got much room for rotation in terms of what we've got available right now. And
if we had a system, we would.
Well, we don't, mate. We don't. We've got big game. We've got big game turn-up players, and that's what we're dealing with at the moment. So injuries creeping in, Keane. Does it give you? Does it worry you a little bit, or how are we going to start seeing some of these fringe players now? All of a sudden, the likes of Mata, the likes of Diallo being forced into Europa League. I mean, Dan James now looks like he's in the Premier League's slot permanently, mate. He's having an all right spell, Keane. So, I mean, can we manage it? Can we maintain this squad enough to see it through the season, mate? Or would you say, look, it's not a bad thing going out of one of these competitions the next 2 weeks?
I think we can push on. Like, Paul Pogba's coming back. Donny van de Beek is coming back from injury. Cavani, I know, had a knock today. He'll be back soon. Joe Greenwood is there. I know Rashford's injury is unfortunate, and hopefully it's nothing too serious so we can get him back at ASAP. But I think for the rest of this season, it's so important we get Paul Pogba back in this team. When we went on that run, lads, I know I love Bruno Fernandes, but Paul Pogba was our best player. He was fantastic.
Oh, he was.
And if we can get him back fit, and like you see the teams like AC Milan, Leicester City, all these teams, Spurs away as well in a couple of weeks' time. We get all these players back fit. We can push, cement that second place, and why not go for Europa League? Why not go for the FA Cup? Do you know what I mean? We have a good enough squad to win both of them competitions. Why not? And we talk big games. We do reasonably well in these big games. And you look at AC Milan, I'm actually not concerned too much about them because their back four is a wet week.
They're not playing very well either at the moment.
Yeah, and they're a team in transition too. Like, they're a team that's rebuilding as well. So, like, if this is like 10 years ago and we're coming up against the likes of Ronaldinho, Kaká, Pirlo, I would be concerned. But you look at this team, they've likes of Romagnoli, Sandro Tonali, Diogo Dalot, players like that. Like, they're not world class players. Like, we have a lot of match winners in that team. The likes of Bruno, the likes of Cavani, the likes of Martial, who turned up today and played absolutely fantastic. Fair play to them. I think by all means we can push on. It's all about just building confidence, and we need to have a togetherness in the squad that we haven't had in recent weeks. If we can show that same togetherness we had today, why not? Why can't we push on?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly right. This is going to be a fun bit of the show. I'm going to get into the player ratings. Finally, I think I may even see a 7 today, lads. It's crazy, I know. We've not seen one for so long, but we may get past that as well. So, right, let's get into let's get into these player ratings. First one, Bob's mate. You know I'm going to come to you with Henderson, pal.
You know what? I'm going to give a solid 8, and I'll tell you why. Everything that came at him, he held crosses, he dominated his box. We heard him screaming. He had one little fumble with the pass, but he was good with his feet. He showed calm. He actually looked like our number one. So a solid 8 for me. And also, he kept a clean sheet. Actually, no. I'm going to go an 8.5.
Oh, get the 5s in there.
Oh, yeah. Do you know why? Why? He kept a clean sheet against an informed Gundogan, Sterling, Jesus, KDB, Mahrez, who are all in rich form. And he kept a clean sheet. So, yeah, 8.5.
100%, mate. Let's not forget what Henderson did for us in the Crystal Palace game as well. And that last-minute save that he made from Van Arnold the other day. I mean, 2
Quality
clean sheets in the Premier League. I think that's 8 clean sheets in 15 appearances for Henderson now. You know what? And that's his last 4 appearances have all been clean sheets as well. So, you know what I mean? People, are you trying to tell me that he still doesn't deserve a shout? I'm not going to have it anymore. He deserves his place in this team, and he's going to make it hard for Ollie when when the hair comes back. Saeed, mate, I seen you nodding on there to Bob's. Any different for Henderson for you?
You know what it is with Henderson, mate? It's for me, what I like about him, the crosses when they come in, commanding.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Comes in, cleans it up, man. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Like, listen, I love De Gea. I think he's been quality servant for us and whatnot. But if Henderson is playing well, and same way with Shaw, if he's playing well, you've got to keep him in the team. And for me, just the way that ball over the top to Shaw, what a ball that was, you know what I mean? Unbelievable. Beautiful. You know, I'm not saying De Gea out. I'm not saying De Gea, you know what I mean, bench him. I'm just saying, if someone's playing well and Henderson's playing well, just keep it going. Keep that momentum of the solidity going. And for me, you can't knock that. For me, again, an 8, man. Absolutely brilliant.
He's, I mean, Keane, Connor Brooks with a super there. Cheers, Connor. Henderson is number 1 in my eyes. David De Gea looks scared. Henderson is commanding. Commanding was the words commonly, I can't say it. I forget it. Used a lot. He used a lot in today. Keane said it. Even Micah Richards, soon as I heard everyone, even Gary Neville was talking about it. It makes a massive difference to a defence, mate. He made us look calm and collective at the back today.
Yeah, I give Henderson a 9 today. I think what he is, lads, he's confidence personified. Like, he's so commanding. And like, you look at Harry and Victor today on the ball. They were so much more confident that they have been all season. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think Henderson provided that. And as Bob's and Saeed said, he's commanding. Like, he's so good. And like, his distribution from the feet is very good too. Like, all aspects of goalkeeping, he is so good. And to think about this, lads, he's only 24, 25. He's only young, like, as a goalkeeper, like. Do you know what I mean? So like, he's a lot of development to go. Like, he's only going to get better and better. I'm just, I even though I'm Irish, right? I've no invested interest in England's European Championships, right? But I'm going to say to both Saeed and Adam right now, if Henderson stays in the United team for the rest of the season, is he England's number 1 going to the Euros?
Well, you got to look at him, mate, and go. I'd have him ahead of Pickford. I think Pope is probably my pick at the moment. He's the only one who's going to get ahead of him for me. If he does play, that is, he has to obviously play. But I think he's going to shout, and that's what he wants, mate. That's what he keeps saying. He's backing himself, and he thinks he belongs in this number 1 jersey. That's what I like about him. He thinks he belongs in this United team, and he shouldn't be being dropped anymore. So that's what I like about that play, that arrogance to play for United and know that you deserve to be in that shirt. That's what's good about him. I mean, Saeed, I'll come to you now. Man of the moment, Luke Shaw, mate. Again,
Luke Shaw. I'm going to give him a 9.
Oh, nice.
9, mate. You know,
I think he deserves it, mate.
Deserves it, man. For me, listen, I've not been a fan of Shaw, you know, before the run he had, the form. I thought I wanted a new left back. I wanted this and that. I just thought it wasn't good enough for Man United anymore. I don't think he had the hunger, the ambition. But, you know, for me, I don't know what's going on there, but I'll try and recover it in a bit. But I think for me, just unbelievable the way we've been playing. The way, you know, Shaw be going bound forward. You know, it's not easy to pocket Mahrez, you know. It really isn't. It's not easy to pocket Mahrez. Hey? Exactly, 2 seasons in a row. So, for me, I'm going to go with, 9, man. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. Luke Shaw has pocketed Mahrez. Mahrez is a tough winger, you know. Tough winger.
And he's playing well at the moment, mate.
He's pocketed him tonight. Crazy. Unbelievable.
Yeah, key mate. Luke Shaw today. It's difficult to argue any case against him today, mate. I don't think anyone has, but it is what I think now the best. When we talked about it early on, left back in the league, and today proved it for me.
Oh yeah, absolutely class, and like offensively and defensively as well. Like both sides of the game, he was absolutely class today. And to see how much he's coming on. like this season is nothing short of phenomenal. Like aside from Bruno Fernandes, he's been our best player this season. Luke Shaw has. He's absolutely been our best player this season. And I've seen that people are giving him this nickname, and I'm going to attest to it too, Mr. Roberto Carlos. That's literally him right now.
I like that one. Roberto Carlos.
Roberto Carlos. That is Luke Shaw right now. Like he's playing class and he's been so consistent. And to think, Adam, he came back when he first came back from his leg break. He came to Jose Mourinho, probably the worst manager to come back from like a long-term injury, and a manager to instill confidence in you. And then to see what Ollie's done with him in the 2 years, he's been in the job. You've seen the resurgence of Luke Shaw in that 2-year time frame. And for me, 9 out of 10 today, because there's only one player I'm going to give man the match today, and I'm going to get to that later on, the ratings. But Luke Shaw, absolute brilliance today.
Brilliant stuff. I mean, I give him a 9 out of 10 as well today. He was my man of the match today, Luke Shaw. I just thought different level. His carrying of the ball was superb today. So for me, definitely pips it for me. Keane, seeing as all the others are taking a break, we'll come straight to you again, mate, for the centre-back pairing, Lindelof and Maguire today. I mean, looked quite comfortable today.
Yeah, again, they looked like two different centre-backs today. Like, Victor looked confident in the ball. He didn't look shaky. Harry Maguire just looked like that commanding centre-back that we actually, like, we thought we were buying last summer. Like, he looked really, really good, really assured. And what I did like about Harry today was when he got the ball, he was taking it forward. He was taking players on. It was kind of reminiscent of Harry Maguire's performance at the Etihad. When the company scored the winning goal, to win City the league like 2 seasons ago. Like Maguire, like apart from company's goal, Maguire was man of the match that day at the Etihad. And Maguire's performance today was very reminiscent of that, how he's coming out from the back, like making passes happening, commanding in the air and winning everything. And if Harry Maguire can continue to play like that, then look, we do have a top centre-back on the hands. I think it's just consistency's been our problem at the back this season, but both fantastic centre-backs today, Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof. I give them both an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, Saeed, mate, did we by any chance get a Mr. Beckenbauer back for a short space of time, today?
Adam, don't do it. Don't do it, Adam. Don't do it. You know what I mean?
Don't fall into the trap.
Solid Maguire, slabhead Maguire. Let's keep it at that. Let's he's had a quality game today. For me, he showed a bit of leadership tonight. That's what I was missing.
Yeah.
Showed a bit of leadership tonight. For me, he gets a solid. I'm going to get 8 for me. 8, solid 8, man. Yeah, solid 8, man.
I agree with that. Bob's Maguire today, slabhead, was kicking, was strong, was good in the air, and looked to have a little bit, like the boys said, a little bit of the leadership back in his game today.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Like, I'm going to agree with Saeed and give an 8 because, what he did do was brilliant and fantastic in this game. If he had scored, probably a cheeky 9, but he didn't. So, yeah, an 8 for me. 8 for me. Solid performance. It's the Harry Maguire I want to see every game. He bullied Jesus.
Imagine we could have that. I could be carried on my back about talk, but it's gone now. Gone.
Yeah,
maybe soon.
That's it. Lindelof, his partner in crime, Saeed, mate.
Solid again, mate. Solid again.
I didn't really see any issues with him, no.
Solid again tonight, mate. You know what I mean? You know what it is, yeah? I don't think, and I've said this for a while, I don't think the midfield defense is a problem. It's the midfield that makes the defense like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I just feel like for me, Lindelof's a solid centre-back. But when that midfield is making all those mistakes and passing the ball, they suffer as a result. So, I don't know, man. I just feel like for me, Lindelof, I give him a lot of stick. I really, really do. But tonight, he doesn't deserve that. He deserves a lot of praise. So, I'm going to give him another 8, man. Solid. But can he keep that? When the pressure's on, Lindelof, it's almost as if he goes into his little shallow mode. When it's like this, and when we don't know what the result is, he turns into bloody, I don't know, quality defender.
I'm telling you guys, I played at centre back. When you've got a commanding solid keeper behind you, you feel like Superman.
Yeah. There you go, then. There
you go. I'm telling you right now.
Adam, do you know when you start a game of football, what is it you always say to your keeper? Keeps, you're the eyes, mate. You tell us where you want us and stuff.
That's it. You control. You say it, mate. You've got the joystick, Keeps. That's it. Because I can't see runners coming from behind me. I can't see certain things.
Exactly.
You have to tell me exactly what it is. And that's why United have always done well and always won the biggest trophies when we've had the dominating goalkeepers. Take them off, people. They've all been there and proven. Saeed, I think this is a message for you from Alien. I don't know if it's a private
Don't worry, man.
joke.
They're all disappeared, man. Like the Etihad, they're all disappeared. They're upstairs, guys. So don't worry, man. Don't worry.
That's it. Keane, Victor today. I was back to the old Iceman days, wasn't it, mate?
Oh, it was like when Ollie first came in, weren't it? Like Lindelof was like one of the best 1v1 defenders in the league. Like he was pure cool, calm, and collected today. It was very good to see. Like I've been getting on his back all season, Victor Lindelof, because Eric Bailly's my guy. Like Eric Bailly's my guy at centre back. Like I love Eric Bailly. I want to see him playing the side. But credit where credit's due today. Victor Lindelof was cool, calm, and collected today and played very well. And again, I gave him an 8 out of 10 today because, as he said, like when you have a goalkeeper behind them, like who you have confidence in, it just instills confidence into the back four. And you've seen that in Victor's performance today. He didn't look like that. He was nervous, or though he didn't, delay on the ball. Like he was very snappy with everything, and you could see he had more trust in himself. Like he was more confident in his own ability today, which we haven't seen that in recent weeks.
That's it, mate. Yeah, 100% agree with that, Keno, mate. And moving across, this one's gone under the radar so far, but something that we're all too familiar with. We were asking earlier on, where is Kevin De Bruyne? Guys, there's a certain Mr. Sterling who has gone missing again. Spider-Man is back.
No goals for Sterling about 17 games for City against Man United.
This guy, mate. This guy, Saeed, when Spider-Man steps up on that pitch and Sterling sees he's playing against him, he's a different animal. He's a different man altogether. And I tell you, mate, Wan-Bissaka had his number again today, pal.
Pockets, keys, phone, wallet, and Sterling.
He's got holes in them pockets and he's still...
Exactly.
He still can't get out.
He's still sliding on the floor. He's still there. He's like, he's on the floor sliding away, and it's still somehow Sterling can't get out of that pocket. You know what I mean? It's bugging him. But for me, Wan-Bissaka gave him about 10 yards, and I don't know if you see that shot here of Sterling so wide on the left hand side, and Wan-Bissaka still gave him, said, "You know what? Have that space, mate. I'm not worried. Have it."
Chalk on his boots, mate, and he still couldn't get it.
Yeah, man. Solid 8 again. Solid 8, mate. Absolutely faultless performance.
Bob's Wan-Bissaka today, mate.
Do you know what's funny, isn't it? I've never met a fullback or watched a fullback that enjoys defending more than actually being on the ball. I think he thrives off that.
You said that then, Bob's, mate. We were doing one game. What was the game? It was the Southampton game when he scored a goal. And I was watching that game with Zeki. And Zeki went, look, he loves defending that much. He's tackled that ball into the net. That's what he's done. He's tackled it into the net. The guy loves a tackle, mate, doesn't he? He is 100%. Old school. He would be that kid on the playing field, mate, who'd come off like he'd been playing rugby, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
That's what he'd look like, wouldn't he?
100%. And I think you've got to give him an 8 because Sterling never got any change off him. He kept a clean sheet.
No change.
Even when they tried to double, when Zinchenko tried to come in, he handled both of them well, and just it's brilliant to see. But I think we all know he's capable of that, so we're not really shocked of that display. And I personally think Raheem Sterling should maybe not play this kind of fixture again because mental block, or there's just one of these things, it's just like, I can't do it, and they're like, oh yes you can. He literally can't beat Wan-Bissaka. So for me, he gets a solid 8, man. Solid 8.
Yeah, and Pep won't even move him to the other side, will he? He won't even change his wing for him. He's like, cheers, boss. Thanks for this, mate. Yeah.
I'm glad Foden didn't start. Glad.
Yeah. Oh, no, I couldn't believe when I seen Foden wasn't starting. I thought, whoa, that'll do me. That will do me. Quick shout out to, I'm just going to ask you boys, actually. quickly before we move on to the midfield, do we think that this title defence by Liverpool is going to beat David Moyes' record of us when he had us after the winning the title? Because shout out to the Scousers. Boys are going down. What is going on, fellas?
Yeah, Cookie Crumble FC,
Bale, one goal.
I don't know. You go first, Keane.
I'm just going to say this. It's going to be worse than 2014. Liverpool are going to finish 8th this season. No European football. They're not even going to be playing in the Emirates Cup. Like they're going to finish 8th this season. The rebuild this summer is going to be tough. It's going to be painful, and it's going to be beautiful to see them back where they belong down in the dumps. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Lovely. Said, mate, quick shout out to the Scousers.
You know what I mean? What can we say, eh? Going down, going down, going down. They're going down, man. They're going down. I seen today the Europa League was giving them a shout out today.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? They were like, hello. Man, they are finished, mate. They are done out here this season.
Mate,
it feels like boys' time
for them. Anyway, Bob's, mate, quick shout out to the Scousers before we move on, mate. Any kind words?
Listen. Europa League. Do you know what the funny thing is? Yeah, realistically, they're not going to win a trophy this season. They're not going to win anything. They're not going to come in the top 4. They'll be fortunate to come in top 6 with Europa places. And what is happening now is what we're seeing the last season of Jurgen Klopp at Dortmund.
Yeah,
everything flopped, and also good luck trying to sign world-class players. You need to remember that next season, if they're not in the Champions League, all these players that they're trying to scout,
mate, I'll make another one on top of that. Which one of these top-class players that they've got now will want to stay?
Exactly.
Because all the contracts of the front 3 are coming up. They're all in late 20s, early 30s. Last chance for a big move. Mate, this is where the unrest is. It really is. It's just not working for him. But we're not bothered about them guys. We'll just laugh at them down there. I mean, it's not going to be long before Arsenal catch them guys, and then they will be the new banter club.
Tottenham as well. You know, they're winning 1-0.
Yeah, I think Tottenham are taking them soon, aren't they? So
yeah,
let's have a look at it. Right, guys, moving on. Midfield. Probably this was hit and miss today, the old McFred scenario. I think Keane, I mean, Fred's passing, Scott McTominay's passing, not brilliant today, although they battled hard and did a job for us. Is it half full or half empty for you on their performance today, mate?
I think they put in a shift and done what they need to do. We know what their role is, that they're in there to do a job, like in terms of a defensive role, and they're not going to play the Hollywood pasta that Bruno or Pogba can play. They put in a shift and they've done very well in terms of nullifying City's midfield, in terms of like Gundogan and John Miller will stay. In terms of like Gundogan and in terms of like Kevin De Bruyne, they had a lack of space today, and it was great to see kind of them put in a performance like that, where they were solid and they could be relied upon. They didn't drag up trees, but I give them a 7. Both McFred a 7 out of 10 because they both put in a shift. They put in 100% effort today, and for that you can't knock that. So I give them both a 7.
7. I mean, McFred, Bobs, how are they for you today, mate?
I'm gonna be very, very harsh today, and I'm gonna give them a 6. The reason why is, yes, we kept a clean sheet and stuff. In possession, guys, we were poor.
Oh yeah, there was.
Poor. And do you know what? The transition, the goal we got, the second goal we scored, transition from keeper, defender, I think it was in Rashford, and then back to. We have to go down the wing because we can't go through the middle, and that's
where our damage was, mate.
Yeah, exactly. And if to be at a club, for Manchester United to be a big club and everything, we do not have centre midfielders that can take the ball on the turn or in the double pivot. And I think for me, that is shambolic, personally. And for me, today, when they were in possession, they weren't that good. Fred, in the first 20 minutes, basically reminded us that Anyone
We
can
need a
probably get a
midfielder.
game. Football. You know what I mean? Adam, I was
Guys,
looking at that.
Bob's mate, can you imagine if Pogba was in that middle today? Oh, we'd have done damage, mate.
But then,
Oh, yeah.
can you imagine if it was Van de Beek receiving that ball, who's good at retaining
True.
possession and stuff? So, yeah, 6, man. I don't want to drag it on, but yeah, 6 for both of them. You know?
Said,
But I tell you
mate,
what, though, Scott McTominay
Go on,
will come good in the Euro fixture against England.
Said, mate, everyone's asking when you're getting your man back on for the City interview, mate, just to give it back.
Tomorrow, the big 6, man. Make sure you're there, man. I'm gonna be ready for him, mate. I'm ready for him. But today, it's crazy how we're talking about 2 players and we're giving them 1 score each. That just shows you what McTominay and Fred are all about. They're 1 player, and for me, I'm gonna be very, very harsh. I'm gonna give him a 5, you know, because you have to put it into context. You know, we still won. We got a clean sheet. If I gave a 4, I think I'd be very harsh. But for me, 5, man. I thought today passing was very poor. I think Fred had 60% passing accuracy in the first half or whatever. I think Tom McTominay had 60 something or 70. But for me, I don't know about them. You know what tonight made me feel? Yes, Paul Pogba. We're missing Paul Pogba, but we need midfielders. You know, I know Van der Beek will come in, but. You know,
mate,
he might be
telling you, what I always told you, Saeed, what I told you, what position we need, mate, man. Every time. That's CDM.
Mate. I think Fred, you know what I did, yeah? I think Fred, I love him, yeah, but is he good enough to win a title? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah.
No, he's not, mate. We all love his tenacity. I love his tenacity, Saeed, mate, we do. But
yeah,
I think McTominay will be happy to stay because he knows his role and he will do as he's told. I think Fred thinks more of himself, but honestly, Saeed, mate, I don't think Fred's got the quality enough.
Yeah, I think for me, if you don't want to go step above.
I think Fred would do well, hear me out, in a league like Italy. And hear me out because of the pace of it. He'd probably get away with his touch, with the second touch. You know, he'd probably get away with the way he plays. Because is he suited to the Premier League? Yes, because he's tenacious and stuff. But in possession, you need to be able to be good in possession. If you cannot pass a 5-yard, 10-yard ball, Ted, you know when you do the rondo in training, he must be in. He must have a season ticket. He must just be in the middle all the time. Literally. Literally. He must just, you know when you go, season ticket, he's just in there all the time. He must be just forking out his wages by lads. Don't put me in. Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously, man, he's so bad in possession. And this is not slander or it's not an agenda. I'm just calling how I see it. We're playing a big game of football and you're losing possession. Do you know what I mean? Kick it in the corner.
Kick it in the corner. Right, so that's the midfield covered. Let's move into Bruno Fernandes. A few people will say, look, he wasn't fantastic. He was involved. He put the demons to bed with the penalty early doors. He won us the game. Well, he scored the goal that won the game. But I thought he definitely improved on his last couple of performances. His passing was a little bit better. You can see when he doesn't make that pass he wants to. He knows which pass is right, but when he doesn't make it, he is so frustrated with himself. That's what gives me confidence that the guy will carry on. When someone said it the other day, I can't remember what pundit who said it. He says, this is the difference with Bruno Fernandes. He says, everyone else, and you find out about characters and big players because they still don't go hiding in games, even when they're playing bad. They want the ball. They keep asking for the ball no matter how bad it's going. Some players can't handle that. Bruno, 7 for me in terms of the ratings today.
What did you say, Adam? You froze.
That simple pass.
Is it there?
Anyway, man.
Adam, you there? You froze.
Am I there now?
Yeah, you're there now.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I was just in full swing there. Anyway, I was saying Bruno's hovering between a 6 and 7 today for me to boil it all down. But I mean, Saeed scored the winning goal, mate. Scored a goal against the top 6 team, ticking the boxes that everyone was criticising him on. 23 for the season. Do I need to say any more?
Yeah, mate. Listen, the output is unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? And for me, I think today the game plan was to be working hard, in shape, You know what I mean? I think he gave the ball away a couple of times, but that's Bruno. You know what I mean? You're not going to get that kind of number 10 role where you get James Rodriguez and all them players where they like to keep the ball, they like to be tidy. He's more of an output player. He's more effective in and around the edge of the box. You know what I mean? For me, I would give him, you've got to give him, I'd say between 6 and 7, 6.5. Is that fair? 6.5. Got a goal.
Yeah, I think so.
Got the goal, but I think the output of the game, it wasn't a game where you thought we needed Bruno Fernandes. It was more just the kind of the output up front, getting the ball and getting these guys to push forward and just move up the pitch, you know? So for me, even though he had a good game, you know what I mean, 6.5 and yeah, man, with movement, he's got the goal now. You know what I mean? You don't have to talk anymore now.
Move on. That's it. Job done, Keen, mate. Your man Bruno, he's in there. He's put the haters down. He's got that goal against the top 6. And today I thought overall it was just a lot better. It's not to his standard yet, but as long as we can see Bruno still wanting to be Bruno and doing Bruno things and not falling into the trap of hiding like the rest of them do, then we've got that world-class player that we know has carried us for the most of this season, mate.
Yeah, I'd give Bruno 7 today. I thought like we didn't get the vintage Bruno performance in terms of attacking output, but what we did see, lads, was work rate. He was all over the place today, and I'm going to give him a 7 just because he gets a penalty in the first minute of the game. That was beautiful. Like the minute that whistle went 36 seconds into the game, I'm not messing, lads, right? I was hung over today because I watched the UFC last night. I stayed up and watched it, right? The minute Bruno got that penalty in 36 seconds into the game, that hangover went. I was like, yeah, there you go. There's a goal. There's a goal against the big 6. Yo, this pain in the head I have right now, that's gone. Do you know what I mean? Bruno Fernandes scores against the big 6. And all these people slandering on social media, Bruno Fernandes, all you rival fans, I'm collecting checks. I'm demanding apologies from each and every one of you right now. You need to apologize not only to me, but to all the lads here and all the Manchester United fan base. Bruno Fernandes is a top player, and you need to accept that.
That's the man there. Big shout out to Nuruddin there. Hopefully that isn't a fake Nuruddin. I think it is the real Nuruddin there.
What surprised me?
Mr. Structure. I hope it's
that's the one. Anyway, Bob's mate, Bruno today for you. Not his old Bruno self, but still better, I would say. It's probably the best way to describe Bruno today.
Yeah, I think, I mean, tell me how many number 10s, attacking players, get much of the ball away to City. Do you know what I mean? It'd be a very, very short list, do you know? And we know what he's like in possession. So, you know, he wasn't really going to have that much of it. Look, to be able to score a penalty, I hear what you're saying, Keane, that he scored the penalty. I'm with you on that. So, because he scored the goal against them, he has actually contributed to the win. So I'm going to give him a 7. Just because of the goal and the contribution. And did you guys notice that he wasn't that forward? He was quite deep.
Yeah. He was doing like Jay said then, covering a lot of Fred and McTominay today as well.
So here's my question, right? The fact that he wasn't so high, did that mean it was a bit easier for Martial to thrive and that we actually had some space for the ball to get to Martial? Because
I think good point there, actually, mate. I think Ollie was anticipating that double pivot again. I think he was expecting Fernandinho. And I think he'd made a plan to bring Bruno deeper to try and influence the game and maybe try and use the width more, which we did do today. So I think when Fernandinho plays, I think City just aim to stop Bruno. And I think Bruno just brought himself in to the game today by dropping deeper. But he did do a lot of tracking back and covering as well. So I think them ratings are fair, to be honest. I really do. Moving on, I'll go across front. We'll say Rashford first, came off for the injury. I will say that injury picked up was chasing back the full length of the pitch to try and help his defence out. So credit for that. He got the assist again, albeit a tiny little layoff, but it will go down in the stat book just to annoy the statos. But today, all you can say again, Bobs, I'll come to you on him straight away, mate, is he was better than he was against Palace, mate.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, did you see the goal that Mbappe scored just a few days ago? Was it yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
And he ran from like literally just past the halfway line and scored, right? There was a moment when Rashford was going at full pace at them and he done the wrong decision. And I'm thinking Mbappe scores there. Haaland scores there. Do you know what I mean? Mahrez would probably score that. And I just think we just saw that he's not there yet, 100%, but he's contributing stat-wise. So I'm going to give him a 7.
Yeah.
Just
Fair
because
enough.
of the track back and, he did help him with defensive. But, I mean, going forward, I still want to see more. See more.
So
Because you know what?
that fair?
If you have his pace and you're running at John Stones, come on. Do you know what I mean?
Is that fair really there on Rashford? I think that's pretty fair rating, to be honest. I think I'd go with that sort of score for him today.
Yeah, I think for me, he was, he was effective when he had the ball. You know what I liked about him today? He didn't try to do the little tricks and flicks. He was very, very direct today. You know what I mean? I think there was a few moments where he just ran into space, but, I think that's what Rashford gives you sometimes. He wants to be very, very tenacious. He wants to be very, very, direct and whatnot. But I just thought them kind of moments, he let off that. But I've got to give credit to him today. I thought he rose up. He kind of stepped up today, get that good pass into play. So, yeah, man, I'm going to give a... What did you give bits and bobs? What did you give?
7.
I said 7.
Yeah, I think that's about right. I think 7. Yeah, 7 for me. I thought today it was a mature performance of Rashford. And I hope he's not injured, man. I hope it's not.
Do you remember that one he should have shot? And he passed it.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we all say he's not a striker, but the winger needs to get goals. Do you know what I mean? You need to be a bit greedy. Do you know? But
I mean, keen for you, Rashford, today.
Rashford, I give him a 7 as well. He was great today. Like he kept it simple, and that's something he hasn't done in quite some time. He kept his game simple, and his work rate was there. And look, it was refreshing to see him though put in a more kind of more mature performance that he has in recent weeks, and to see. I know, to see him get injured towards the end of the game is quite a blow, because I think he would have been handy going into the AC Milan game, because he would have been giving Dalot nightmares on Thursday night. Hope it's not too serious, but I give him a 7 because it was a lot better performance than the last 2 games.
Yeah, definitely agree with that one, mate. Definitely agree. Moving on to Dan James today. I thought he carried the ball well. I thought his touch was steady and controlled today. I mean, Saeed, mate, comes to you first. Dan James, he's having an all right little run at the moment, mate.
Yeah, he is, and you've got to give him credit. I just think for me, it's not the most, impactful player in terms of, output and goal scoring and whatnot. And he's not the silkiest player, but you know what, mate? I tell you what, that press, what he gives you, the press and the kind of energy is, for me, if you have quality with that, it makes sense. But if you don't have quality with it, then it doesn't make sense. And it's almost like, you can't really find a balance for that. So I think these kind of games when we need to kind of, be very, very compact, we need to stay in shape, we need to have press, it makes sense today. So for me, I got to give credit where it's due, man. Credit where it's due, Dan James. I'm going to give Dan James a 7.5, I thought today his energy and work rate mattered the most when City couldn't go out. Cancelo didn't really have a good game. Torrid, terrible game. They couldn't get out, and that was down to James pressing and whatnot. And that's all he can give you. You can't really, you can't ask for much from Dan James. And what you can ask for, he did it well. So you can't knock him down, mate.
Keen, mate, for you, Dan James today did everything that we asked, really, or what we expected of him. And you know what? It's like Saeed said then, mate, his energy and speed sometimes can pull you out of a load of trouble in terms of if he can carry that ball as well as he did today.
I give Dan James an 8. I think his overall play today was quite good, and on the right and the left, he done a great job. And see these teams that play a high line and play out from the back. Dan James is ideal in these games. His press and his work rate is superb. It's superb, and like you look at the fact he was versatile today, and they had to play on both wings, and like he gave Zinchenko and he gave Cancelo and Kyle Walker when he came on all a hard time. They gave him all a hard time. They didn't have an easy day at the office at all. So, like, I think sometimes we get on Dan James back because some of the performances he's had at the back end of last season. But since he's come into the squad this year in the sporadic games he's come in, he's done a job and he's done well when called upon. And I think we have to commend him for that, for his mentality to have a head in his shoulders and come in when called upon. So I give him an 8 because it was a very good, honest performance from James.
Yeah, I mean, Dan James, for you, Bobs, any different to the lads there?
No. I agree with them. I think we just need to accept that, Daniel James is he's a squad player, and right now he's excelling. He's doing what's needed. He'll play certain games where he'll be key, and I think we just need to accept that's what he is. We're not going to get step overs. We're not going to get any panache or flair. He just seems the type to come and does his job, and he gets on with it. So yeah. I agree with all of them. 8, yeah.
I mean, moving on, I've left the best till probably last in terms of the front line. I thought this was his best game of the season for me. Tony Martial. Bobs, I'll let you roll with Tony today, mate.
Just for Benteke just scored the header, by the way. It's 1-1.
Okay. Right on half time. Oh, that's bad defending.
Oh, what a goal.
That is
Benteke, isn't it?
The LeBron celebration.
You've got to jump with him. For me, Anthony Martial done everything right today but get a goal. So he has to get a 9. He's done it he's doing it against the league leaders. He's just given us another reminder to be like, shut your mouth. I am a great player. Just let me carry on and play my football. I'm fantastic. He should have scored. That's why he never got 10. He should have scored. But yeah, a 9 for me. Definitely. 9.
I mean, Said, are you going as high as that for Martial?
I'm going 9.5. Me, I think it's crazy to say he hasn't got a goal, but I think for me, Martial doesn't play. I don't think United win. I'll be honest with you. The hold-up play, the interchange, the kind of the penalty goal. And have you seen the picture, by the way, of how many players were around Martial when he got the penalty? You should see it's online, by the way. It was about 6 or 7 players around him. 6 or 7. I just thought today he could have got a goal, by the way. I don't know what he was doing. Again, that's for me something that he needs to work on. But his overall game today, I thought masterclass. I thought absolutely brilliant. Everything that was right. I don't know if you see the ball where Rodri was eating grass.
Yes, mate. I've seen it. When he turned him inside the centre circle, mate. Yeah, brilliant. It was the old Martial of old. It was the Martial of old, key mate. What I've said it all along. I've not been impressed with him or happy with him at all this season. That he played today was the level I set Martial at last season. That's the standard we need to see. Consistency, like Sean says there, it is what we need to see from him. The consistency side of it. If he plays like that every week, you know what? When he has a bad game, it's not going to be that much. It's not going to be that badly criticised. But he really does need to step up more. And today, he did it with aplomb, mate, for me.
I'm going to give Martial 9.5 because he didn't get the goal. Well, I'm going to hold my hands up here and I'm going to apologise to Anthony Martial because when the team was announced today, I wasn't behind Greenwood at the start. And I said Ruben Diaz might have an easy day with Martial considering the current form he is on. But I'm going to hold my hands up and apologise and be humble here because he had almost a complete performance today. That was the Martial of old of last season. And if he scored that goal, if his confidence was up, he sticks that in the back of the net, done 9 times out of 10. And to see that performance today, if he can continue that and start banging in goals, I've no doubt in my mind we can go and win that FA Cup. We can win Europa League and cement that second place. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. No questions asked. If he can step up like that every week, happy days. Do you know what I mean? A top striker on his day. And if he can continue that, I think as Manchester United fans, we'll all be happy.
Nice one. And guys, we've gone over, but quickly before we finish up, we've got to give the Ollie rating. Out of 10, Ollie today. It's a Manchester derby. We stopped City breaking a record. We kept a clean sheet. We beat him again. Every time he's been there, Ollie, he's won there. These scores are going to be high, guys. Bobs, I'll start with you, mate. Ollie's tactics, performance overall today.
I think you've got to give him a 10. Just on this game.
I probably have to, mate, on this game, yeah.
As the Rangers players would go, Do you know what I mean? For the Rangers, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Yeah, 10. Look, he had the game plan. He stuck to it. The players carried it out. He also made he also made sure that we didn't change.
That is hilarious.
Do you know the funny thing is just that they won both halves. We won the first half 1-0, we won the second half 1-0. So yeah, he's got to get a 10 for this game anyway.
Definitely. Key mate, Ollie today nailed it.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Absolutely. Got his game plan bang on. Again, Pep Guardiola, he adapts to Pep Guardiola's style. And I think if Ollie could play Pep every week and just sit back on the counter and we play like that every week, happy days. Let's not play against these Park the Bus teams. Do you know what I mean? Let's play City every week. Do you know what I mean? At least then he won't be on his iPad every week, and he'll actually be up and have a bit of fight. So let's play these games every week.
And Saeed, to finish off in your 80s pixelated camera mode there, mate.
Yeah. It's a bit of a mad one. I'm gonna agree with everyone. 10, man. 10. Everyone gets a 10 because when you look at it, I've never ever, for me, when these kind of games, never doubted Ollie in terms of when it's a counter-attacking game, he's as good as anyone and he can do it. It's only when he has to adapt that I've called him out on. Tonight, you can't fault him. Like Bits and Bob says, you got to put it on tonight. And tonight, faultless performance. Every single player done their job. Everyone knew what they were doing. It was literally step back, compact, and when you have the chance to hit him on a break, you do it. For me,
that's it.
10, man. Can't complain.
That's it. Everyone's happy we're getting 10s tonight. Manchester is red, people. This is your Mancunian channel that says it as it is. And today, we're being honest and saying, look, Ollie got it right. The team played well enough, and we come out with credit out of this Manchester derby. Guys, that is it. We've gone over a little bit. I too want a Manchester derby, especially when we win, guys. Liverpool lost this weekend. We won. Arsenal went back to playing like Arsenal. Spurs just conceded. It's not a real bad weekend at all when you look at it that way, football-wise. But we're done for now. Anyway, just want to give the guys a quick shout-out. I've not got the links in the description below because it was a quick turnaround, so I'm just going to give them all a shout-out for their socials. Bob's, start us off, mate, with yours and where the people can catch you.
Yeah. So what? It's your boy Bits and Bobs. Catch this YouTube phrase out there right now. Catch me on YouTube, Bits and Bobs. Catch me on Twitter at Bits and Bobs _, as well as Instagram. You can find me there, man.
Nice. Saeed, mate. United Central.
Man. United Central on YouTube. At realist _187 on Twitter. Yeah, man. Capture me there, man.
And Keno, mate.
You can catch me over at the Weekly Armchair Kickoff podcast. We'll be covering all things Manchester United, and we'll be doing our review for the derby tomorrow. Tune in for that. And as you see my Twitter handle, Akeen_Franey, because tonight, lads, I'm going to have a bit of fun with the Scouser, so do check that out.
Sweet as a nut. Guys, I am doing a Q&A on YouTube stories. Check out, just click on my logo on my main page if you don't know how to get onto YouTube stories. All your questions answered in video format. So check that out. It's all about the derby. So see that before you switch off tonight. Get your questions across. Just put a comment in there on that YouTube story and you will get a reply. Guys, for now, hit that like button on your way out of here. It's been a long one, but it's been a fun one. Subscribe if you're watching for the first time. I will see you in the week. Looking ahead towards AC Milan with some AC Milan fans and their channel, which should be fun to see how Zlatan is coping over there in Italy. Well, I think he's coping rather well, but I'm still confident we can give them a bit of ribbon as well. Guys, for now, we're done.